Hi everyone, welcome to the capturing handshake. So to crack WPA key, firstly we will capture the handshake using the arrow dump ng. We will capture the handshake in the same way that we used in web encryption network. So what we're going to do here is first of all we are going to check that we are connected with our interface or not. So what I'm going to type if config and hit enter. So as you can see that I'm successfully connected with my Wi-Fi. Okay, so now let's check I'm in monitor mode or in manage mode. So for that I need to use ifconfig VLAN 0. Now as you can see that I am in monitor mode. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do here, I'm going to use arrow dump ng VLAN interface name and hit enter. So now we will, as you can see that here we are having this network. Okay, so which is WPA. So now we will run arrow dump ng against this particular network. Okay, so the BSS ID for this is this. Okay, and we are going to attack this one. Okay, we are going to attack this one because the power of this particular network is high. Okay, this power is very high and as compared to others. Okay, so what we are going to do here is we are going to open one more window. Let's zoom it now. Okay, after adjusting what the command that I'm going to give here, arrow dump ng. Okay, now BSS ID and the BSS ID of this particular network. Okay, so what is the BSS ID for this? BSS ID for this particular is 18 4A 2E DC B0. So this is the BSS ID. So now let me check it again. C18 4A DC. Okay, so the ID is correct. Now let's specify the channel name. So the channel is channel 1. Okay, channel 1. And then what we are going to do here is we are going to simply write web handshake VLAN. So what is this? So we add hyphen right here to store all the packets that we will capture in a file called web handshake, and then we will include our wireless interface. So now launch this attack. So once we launch this command, we will have our WPA encrypted network. So now we will have the client connected to it. As you can see that we are having two clients that are connected with this particular network. Okay, this one and this one. Okay, now we can capture the handshake in two ways. First, we can just sit down and wait for the device to connect to a network. Once a device is connected, then we can capture the handshake. Second is we can use the authentication attack, which we learned in the previous section in pre-connection attack section. In the de-authentication attack, we can disconnect any device from a network that is within our Wi-Fi range. If we apply this attack for a very short period of time, we can disconnect a device from a network for a second, and the device will try to disconnect to a network automatically, and even the person using the device will not notice that the device is disconnected or reconnected. Okay, so then we will be able to capture the handshake packet. So the handshake gets sent every time a device connects to a network. So now what we are going to do here is we are going to use new window here. Okay, we are going to use new window here. So here we are going to use AirPlay deauth. Package that we are going to send is for -a and the BSS ID of the network, that is 1C18 4A 2E DC B0. Okay, so this is the BSS ID for the network -C and BSS ID for the client. Okay, so which client is near to me? I'm going to use for 1A. Okay, now 1A 1A 22 C1 and 02 E3 04. Okay, and let's specify the name of our interface, VLAN 0. Okay, so everything is clear now. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to launch the attack. So as you can see that AirPlay, okay, AirPlay NG, I forgot to add NG here, NG. Okay, now hit enter. So as you can see that the attack is being done. Okay, so the attack is being done. So we were disconnected for a very short period of time, so that's why we didn't get any message about being disconnected. That's why even the person using the device didn't notice, and we were able to capture the handshake. So to determine the WPA key, we can use a word list and run it against the handshake.